What up, fam, friends, home cooks, and backyard grill mates? My name is Toy. This is Toy's Food Chronicles, and today we're talking about the 3 reasons why people don't get started with YouTube when they should. Welcome to Toy's Food Chronicles. Once again, my name is Toy, and our purpose as a channel is to bring people together through the soul and spirit of food. If you're tracking with that, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and click the notification bell for updates on all of our videos and live streams. So today, we're talking about the 3 reasons why people don't get started with YouTube, or in other words, why people don't get cooking with YouTube when they should. I'm gonna do a quick rundown on the 3 reasons really quickly, and then we're gonna do a deep dive into each one of them. 1, ideas. 2, starting. 3, resources. So let's get right into this. Number 1 is all about ideas. I like to call this part what's been cooking. I've had several ideas, and I know that you've had several ideas as well about what you potentially could do on this platform called YouTube. The first idea that I used to salsa dance, and I used to teach salsa dance, so I thought that I could use the platform for doing tutorials and different things like that. I just didn't choose to go that route. Then in college, I became a storyteller. I thought, hey, I can tell stories, and I do that very well. My major was theater. It was very, very fun. We'll do a little bit of that on this platform, but not the direction that we're going to go per se. Then I became an Uber driver. The thing that I loved about driving for Uber was the fact that I would pick people up and I would take them to their destination. I was thinking of calling the show Destinations with Toy. Another thing that I personally liked about Uber was my customer service was judged by the individual riders. So my worth in my head was based off of what I did and what I accomplished when I was picking someone up and getting them to their destination safely. After that, I became an insurance salesman. So I got 2 different licenses in the world of insurance. One of those licenses was life, health, and annuities, and then the other license was property and casualty. So I was thinking that I could come out and do like Dave Ramsey, financial guru, and help people get out of debt and things like that. I just felt like that wasn't an avenue that I wanted to go down. I like numbers per se, but it's also not my forte. I don't want to say that it's boring to me. I went to schools to do acting and theater and all of that kind of stuff. And so I wanted to do something that was more streamlined to that. And then I started to think, what's been cooking? What are the ideas that have been cooking in my brain? And I thought to myself, it's me. I've been cooking this whole time. I love to cook. I love to serve with cooking. I love to serve my family. I love to serve my friends. I love to have guests. I love to host. I love hospitality. And I do that through the form of cooking. That's what the show is going to be about. Number 2, what's stopping you from starting? I also like to call this, why didn't I put anything on the stove yet? So what was the thing that was stopping me from starting? What is the thing that stops you from starting? It's fear. If I'm being honest with myself, if I'm being honest with you, a lot of times we're just simply afraid. We're afraid of being judged by other people. We're afraid of someone saying something crazy in the comments or not getting to a big platform, or we're afraid of looking at other people who have a larger platform and who do this thing wonderfully and with big spectacle and think that we're supposed to be on their level. The truth of the matter is, we are not. We are new. I'm new to this platform. This is my first go at it. It takes time. You build a platform. I get used to being in front of the camera and not stumbling and stuttering and things like that. I get to look into this lens and see you. There has to be someone in there because there's someone out there that is receiving this. You have something that someone else needs. Give it to them. Punch fear in the face. I take that from Sean Kennel. Thank you, sir, because you said that, it allowed me to actually punch fear in the face and do this. Number 3, resources. So a lot of people think that they cannot get started with YouTube because they don't have the right resources. Well, what are those resources? We're going to do a quick walkthrough of that. Most people think of resources as lights, microphones, cameras. We're going to talk about that for a second. Yes, those are resources. Do you have to have them to get started on YouTube? No. Do I have lights? Yes. Do I have a microphone? Yes. Do I have a camera? My friend Nathan Henry allowed me to borrow his 4K camera, and I give a shout out to you, Mr. Nathan Henry. Thank you so very kindly for being gracious and allowing me to borrow your stuff. So, resources is this. It's also the support that you have. So think of the support that you have. I have a wonderful wife who supports me and allows me to do these records and things like that in all weird hours of the day and night. It does take away some time from your family when you're doing things like this. I have a daughter who supports me and loves my cooks and tells me, "Oh, Daddy, this is good steak." I love when she calls what I do good. It makes me feel good, and I love her, and I want her to have good things. And then I have friends who support me as well, such as Nathan Henry. Another way that I have support is through another friend of mine. Her name is Corinne Wilson. I want to give a shout out to her. A few years ago, she straight up said, "You have a wonderful personality." She said this to me and a friend of mine. "If either of you start a YouTube channel or a vlog, I want to make sure that I do the PR for you guys." And guess what? It's several years later, and she is here in my corner, and she is definitely doing PR for me. So that is wonderful. I thank you so very kindly. You're awesome. Kept your word. So let's do a quick recap of everything that we just went over. 1, ideas. 2, starting, punching fear in the face. And 3, resources. Now I have some bonus things for you guys. First of all, I want to talk about our audience. If you're still here and you're rocking with me right now, more than likely, you are a part of our audience. However, we do have a definition of who we want to target. We are niched down. Toys Food Chronicles was made to help the average home cook and backyard grill cook prepare stunning meals for their families and guests. Now I want to talk about our services to you. We're going to show recipes and tips for cooking specific dishes. We're going to be doing interviews with all types of people. We're going to do interviews with artists. We're going to do interviews with musicians. We're going to do interviews with people who cook different types of food. We're going to do interviews with people who eat different types of foods. What can you expect from me? Well, you can expect to get weekly content. You can also expect fun and funny content. I used to be a theater major, and I used to do improv, and a lot of that personality is going to come out in what I do here. It's just a part of who I am, and I want you to get to know the real me. And then we're going to do different types of giveaways at specific subscriber counts. Naturally, I want to be a giver. I'm excited to meet you guys on the platform. Awesome. So that about wraps things up. I just want to say thank you for sticking in with me this long. That shows a lot. You're definitely some troopers. You're amazing. If you have any suggestions for what you would like to see me cook on this channel or things like that, leave them in the comments below. I promise I'm definitely going to look at every single one of them, and I am going to comment back. I'm going to communicate with you. We're seeking to build a community here, and at this time, while I have capacity to do so, I want to be able to touch as many people as I can as far as communication is concerned, and see what you guys want and try to do supply and demand in that format. So if you found any of this to serve a purpose in your world, I want you to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and click the notification bell, and you will be notified about all of the wonderful videos and live streams that come in the future. Now, this is a saying that I'm going to say on majority of my episodes. I've recorded some episodes already, but I do want this to be a staple statement. This will be my end cap every episode for the most part. Don't love to be loved, love to love. And what that means is we want to serve people. So I don't want to love you so that you love me. I want to love you because that's the type of person I am. I want to love. So I want to give that same commission to you guys. Don't love to be loved, love to love.